Well, hello again, everyone. Professor Profit coming to you from Craps University, and we've got a little bit of a change for you in this video this evening. Rather than using the Crapsy virtual table, we're going to go and use the actual felt and actually throw the dice this time. We've had some comments from some of the viewers. They'd rather go back to the old way and see the dice roll, so we're going to do that this evening and probably for the next few videos and see what the reaction is. We would appreciate it if you would leave a comment as to which way you like best, the actual felt or the Crapsy virtual felt. Now we're using my receiving station here that I use when I'm practicing my throwing, so it's not an actual table, but it does give you the feel of the actual game. Now we're going to use a simple system for this. It's been a while since I've moved chips around, and I really didn't want to have to worry about the payout, so simple system, just a couple bets, and they're all even money payouts, so should be easy to keep up with that. This one is called Night Moves. Now it is a dark side strategy. It's one that we've done before. We did tweak it a little bit, and we'll show you what that tweak is here shortly. $2,000 buy-in, $25 minimum bet table, and I think this one's going to be a lot of fun for us. So a dark side strategy. So let's head on down to the felt, the actual felt, and we'll explain the nuts and bolts of this, exactly how it's bet, exactly what the progression is, and then we'll roll those bones for a few minutes and see if we have something you want to take to the casino. So we'll see you down there shortly. All right, everybody, down here on the actual felt rather than the virtual felt, we're going to roll out our night moves strategy. Now this is one you've seen before. We did tweak it a little bit, but I want to do something that's simple and with simple payouts. Since I haven't done anything live in a while, that'll be a couple less things that I have to worry about, or correct payouts and things like that. So this is a simple system. It's a dark side system. Night moves, obviously. Once again, it's easy, and that'll help me hopefully make this a good video. So we got a $2,000 bankroll here, and we're going to start off. This is a $25 table. So say we rolled a 5, we get a number established, and we go to the don't come, and we don't have a don't come square on our play field, so we'll put it on the come line here, and that will signify a don't come bet. So we've got 1 unit, $25. Again, this is a $25 table. We've had the number established, and say the shooter rolls, and it's a 4, so the chip would move to the 4. And then we would do another don't come, a second one, and that one this time it's the 8, so that would go to the 8. And from there we just leave those two up, and if the shooter 7's out, well then we win, and if he knocks us off a number, then we'll increase by 2 units from 1 unit to 3 units, so it'd be a $75 bet. And so they rolled a 5, then the chips of course would move to the 5. So that is how it works. Now both of these bets are independent of one another. So if the first don't come bet is for 1 unit and the second one is for 3, those will stay independent of each other. They won't be the same. So that will help keep the variance down somewhat. This is one that can get pretty wild and woolly if you get knocked off your numbers a few times, or if you get knocked off your don't come before you even get a number established. So that is basically how it works. As you can see, we've got a dealer button there from a poker game. I lost my on off puck, so we're going to use that, and we're going to go ahead and get started here. And our first roll is the 6 hard. So we'll put our first don't come bet up now that we have a number established, and that's the 5-3, the 8 easy. And normally we'd put the chip back to the back of the, or above the 8, but we're going to put it down here on this line so we can see it a little better for the video. But just know that that's a don't come bet, as is the second one we just put out here, and that's a 4-1. That's the horse and buggy, the 4-1-5, no field 5. So now 5 and 8 are the numbers we don't want, and we're looking for big red on this next roll here. We've got 1 unit on each one, and so let's go ahead and see, the 6 is our number. Numbers established. We've got the 5 and the 8, and let's roll the dice and see what we see here. Hopefully we'll see big red show up here shortly. So there's 5-3, that's the 8 easy, so we get knocked off immediately off one of our DC bets. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave the chip out here so we'll know where we are, we'll know that's a loss. And then as we win, we'll collect those chips back up and we can kind of tell if we're in profit or not. So 3 units on the DC now, we're coming out again. And that is the 6 hard, that's a winner 6. So the puck will come down. The 2 DC bets are still working here on the come out roll, so we'll get a number established, but we are working. And there's AC Doocy, that's 3 craps, so that's a frontline loser. So let's roll them again. That doesn't mean anything to us. Excuse me, that's a 6-4. That's a 10 easy, so we'll move the puck to the 10. And we're rolling. So there's the 3 craps once again, blackjack 21. And let's roll them again. And there's the 7 out. Okay, so we win this one back on the 5 on that DC bet, and then we win 3 on the 6 on that second DC that we got knocked off of, so we increased it by 2 units and then we won. So as you can see by looking at the rack, we're a little bit ahead here. So next shooter is a come out 7 frontline winner and gives it right back with the snake eyes. And there's the 6-4 10 easy, so we'll move the puck to the 10 and get the first don't come bet out, and that one also goes to the 10. That's a winner 10. So we'll move the puck comes off, and we'll have to wait until we get a number established before we can put our second don't come bet up. So there's the 5-3, the 8 easy, so that'll be the number. So we'll put our second don't come bet up, and there's a 3-2, a tray and a deuce, and that's the 5. So the DC will go to the 5 on that one. So we have the 5 and the 10 we're trying to avoid. And first roll out of the box, there's the 5, so we get knocked off of that one. So we will replace that with a 3 unit bet. Now if we once the shooter 7's out, we'll take all our bets back down to the base unit regardless of where we are. And hey, there's snake eyes, that's a good one for us. So that'll get us our 3 units back. And so at this point you have a decision to make. You can leave it at 3 units, or since you hit that one, you can reduce it back down to 1 unit. It's kind of whatever your style is. I'm fairly conservative. I like to keep the variance down, so I'm going to go ahead and start over with 1 unit, the base level, and let's roll the dice. And there's the sunflowers, so that knocks the 10 off. We lose that, and the second comeback goes to the 10, so we come back up with 3 units now since we got knocked off that first 10. And there's another 10. The 10 is kind of hard to throw, and that's I think 3 in a row now. So we'll go back up to 3 units on our second DC bet now, and we're down $50 on this shooter. And there's a 7 out, so we lose the come out there on the DC, but we win it back on the 10. So we broke even there. We did lose $50 on that shooter. Next shooter, we go back down to the base level, even though we lost on that last shooter. Keep the variance down somewhat. So we'll come out with a 1 unit bet on the DC. And you'll notice we're not doing any don't pass line bets. That's to avoid getting into a run of 7s or yos where we lose roll after roll. If you can break that up, the chances of that happening seem to be less, although we did hit a 7 there. But we did win it right back on that 9, so it's a wash. So on to the next shooter, we'll get that number established, and then we'll put that don't come bet out. And that's the adjustment that we have made from the original night moves strategy. Okay, so there's the 4-2-6 easy, the lumberyard, the 2x4. So we'll put another one DC bet out and roll them again. And there's the Colt 45. So 6 and the 9 are the ones we're trying to avoid. And we're looking for big red here. So and there he is right there. So that'll help. So we won our 50 back we lost on the one of the previous shooters. Puck comes down, we get another number established, and we'll just rinse and repeat. And there's a 6-1 come out 7, so that's a front line winner. And the next roll is the 3-1-4, the 4 easy. So our first DC bet comes up, 1 unit, and we're rolling the dice. And there's that Colt 45, the center field 9 once again. So we get our second DC bet up. And there's the 437, so we lose the DC, but we win on the 9, and that's another break even. So next shooter, and there's another come out 7, front line winner. And those 7s would be costing us money if we were betting the don't pass line, so we're avoiding some losses by not doing that on the come out roll. So there's 3 craps, so we do win 25 on that roll. So that's good for us on the DC. And then we give it right back, 6-1, another 7, so we come back up with 3 units. Bring the puck down. Well, actually it's a new shooter, so we'll just go back to our base unit, 1 unit. And we'll put that out. 6 has got our number. And there's a 0.7 out, so we do lose our DC bet, so we're back down $50 on this shooter. Come out's a 5-1, 6 easy, so we go to the DC with a 1 unit bet, $25. And there's the horse and buggy again, the ace 4. So another DC bet, and we're rolling. So there's a 3 crap, so we win 1 unit back for $25, so that helps. And we're rolling again. And there's a 6-1, so we lose the DC come out. But we do win it on the 5. We win it back, so a wash there. So we did gain a little bit on that shooter. And we're on to the next one. There's a 6-4, 10 easy. And we'll put our DC bet out for 1 unit. And there's the sunflowers again, so that'll go to the 10. And we'll put another DC bet out. And there's the 4-1-5, center field, or the no field 5. So 3-5-8 easy, so we got the dime store out there, the 5 and 10 we're trying to avoid. And there's another 5-3-8 easy. And we're looking for big red here, make some money. So there's the 6 hard, crab and a crab. And there are those sunflowers again, so we get knocked off that 10. And so we'll come back up with 3 units now, since we're on the same shooter. Well, actually we won't. That was a winner 10, so we'll go back to 1 unit. Even though we did get knocked off, it's a new shooter. Now we'll go ahead and stick with the 3. We need to make some money up here. So we'll move that to the 6. And so now we have the opportunity to come out ahead here if we can get the 7, which there's a 6-1-7. So although we technically should have gone back to 1 unit on that second bet, we went ahead and went with the 3, so that we came out a little bit ahead there. So that's just an option that you have. Like I said, I'm generally a little more conservative than that and stick to the base levels when I can to keep the variance at a minimum. So 6 is our number. The first DC bet goes to the 5. Put the second DC bet out, and we are rolling. And there's the 6-2-8. That's the 8 easy. So 5 and 8 are what we're trying to avoid. And we're looking for big red once again. Big 7 there. So 5-1, 6 easy. So the puck will come down. Our bets are working on the come out roll here. So here we go. There's a 6-4-10. The puck will go to the 10, and we're rolling. There's the 5-2. That's the 7 out. So we win on the 5, and we win on the 8. So that's the advantage. When you win 2 bets. When you lose 1 bet. So hopefully that'll help us come out ahead. So I think probably at this point we're going to go ahead and call this a video. And so let's see where we are. We've got our $2,000 bankroll here in the rack. 5 in blacks and then $1,500 in the green. And so this will be our profit. And let's see what we got here. That's $100, $200, $250 profit. So we started out at $2,000 and ended up at $2,250. So that's about what, a 12.5% return on investment. So that's pretty good session, I would say. We didn't get in too much trouble. We never did get up to the 3rd level that I can remember. We got up to the 2nd level multiple times, but we always fortunately had big red show up. However, you can get up to the 3rd and 4th levels and even the 5th level sometime. So just be prepared for that, and know that like any strategy, if the dice go against you, you can lose some money on this. So that is the night move strategy. We hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, please give us the old thumbs up. Also, let us know how you enjoyed the live shooting here as compared to just doing it on Crapsy. So that is the night move strategy. Thank you for joining. Well, that went pretty well, didn't it? That wasn't too wild. I think we got up to our second level several times, but I don't think we went to the third level. But if you do play this strategy, that will happen where you'll get up to the third level, fourth level. And so you just have to be aware that it doesn't always go as smoothly as it did this evening. So we started out with a $2,000 bankroll. We won $250, so that's a pretty nice session for us, I think. We'll take that all day. So that is night moves, the dark side strategy. And again, the tweak we made was we got off the don't pass line and just went with don't come bets. And it worked out pretty well for us, I thought. So please leave a comment once again as to whether you liked us actually rolling the dice and using actual felt with our receiving station, or if you prefer to go back to the old Crapsy way and use the virtual felt. So I'd be interested to hear what the feedback is on that. We do thank you for joining us for this video. And if you haven't already signed up for the Craps University channel, man, we'd love to have you do that now. Push that button and become part of the Craps University student body. So, night moves, a good little system. I hope you'll roll it out on your software a few times, see what you think of it before you take it to the casino. If you enjoyed the video, please give us the old thumbs up. That way we'll know that you're enjoying the content we're presenting, and we'll continue to do these videos in the same manner. So this is Professor Profit coming to you from Craps University, and if you're out there rolling those bones this week, we wish you nothing but the best of luck, and may all your rolls be winners. We'll do our roulette video, that's the word, roulette video on Wednesday, and we'll be back with another Craps video on Sunday. And then we'll sprinkle a few of our Las Vegas trip reports in between there and on various days. So once again, thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.